is a girl. She's a star. She's got style. Steffi Star. You see her face around the town. She's popular. Steffi Star.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Weinstein.
And I'm Meredith Keach.
And we are a top producing real estate team of 11 people. Just top notch. Top notch, right, Meredith?
Yes.
And we have two exciting guests here today that are also top notch. Now you can go ahead, Bruce.
I'm Bruce Bradford, covering South Shore in Rhode Island.
Wow, Bruce.
What a
So
voice.
professional.
Wow. Jeffy?
Jeff
Wagner? Can I
Wagner?
call you Jeffy?
I don't know.
Jeffrey?
Yeah, Jeffrey. No, Jeff is fine.
All right. No, just Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff Wagner, Easton office, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island.
Oh, wow.
I think you're blushing a little.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeff is sweating.
Red looks good
So
on you,
warm.
Jeff.
This is,
Red
well, it is
looks
a
good
little
on you.
warm in here. It's a little warm.
Well, so we have 4 salespeople in a room at once.
Yes.
It's always a fun party when you get salespeople
Let's get
together.
into it.
Yes, it's going to be a good time. Who are you two?
Yeah, who are you?
We want to start with who are you?
Can I give a little background
Sure.
on that? Who are you?
Yeah.
So for those of you who are listening, there is a tremendously high turnover rate in real estate.
Yes.
Tremendous. To a point where when you've been selling for a while, you're in an office for a while, you don't really invest time in the new person because they're probably not going to stay around. And by invest time, I mean you create a relationship, you become friends, this and that. But you guys have sticking power. And you have grit, and you've stayed in, and you are now fixtures in our office. So kudos to you, because this is not an easy business to stick with and to be successful. And you are both.
Yeah, it's a grind for sure.
And we love it because it's mostly all women.
Yes.
So sometimes we talk about things when you guys are in the office,
Oh.
when you guys are in your offices, and we forget that you're there listening.
I can
Yeah.
relate to that. My office is right next to your office, and you
Jeff?
forget I'm in there. There's been a few conversations, and I'm like, "Hello, I'm here."
There has?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry,
man.
Jeff.
And then instant red, and then I leave.
You never know what's going to come out of the Weinstein office.
And from Bruce, you just hear giggles.
Right.
Or not giggles,
Exactly.
but laughs.
Right.
Don't get me started.
Bruce will giggle in the office. He might come out, laugh even louder, and then go back into
I'm
his
always
office.
laughing. I'm always laughing.
And I do feel badly for the guys because we are all over that thermostat, right?
Yes.
It's up,
Oh my
it's
God.
down, it's hot, it's cold. Jeff is
It's-
sweating, Bruce is sweating, I'm freezing. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So you have to have a tough skin to work on our level there at the office.
The first thing I do when I come in, the thermostat is right outside my office, so I always turn it down. It's always on
This
my
is
Give you a
good to
little
know.
breather.
That's funny, Jeff.
Oh my
I do the
God.
same thing on the other
Well,
side.
guess what I'm going to do? The first thing I do when I walk in, I will be
That's brutal.
raising it. Now I know.
You like it warmer, but you want to
Well,
get
I'm
the sweats.
cold.
Oh.
Well, then when I'm sweating, then I put the AC on.
I do get cold in that office, though. And
Well,
that's
I
why I
like-
turn my heater on.
My favorite thing to do is to have the AC on and my desk heater on.
Oh my
Wow.
God. Really?
Yeah.
Poor
Okay.
Tony.
No,
You know, never mind.
When
Well,
Tony leaves your office, I know
Who
it's
has
hot
a
in there.
vent? I don't think my new office has a vent, and
There's a
which is
vent.
delightful because my old office, the one where Stacy is now, had a gargantuan vent in it, so you couldn't close the door.
Yeah, when I close my door, you go in, it's like a sauna.
Yeah.
It's,
Right.
You got to keep the door open.
Right.
It gets really hot in there, or cold.
You got one of the smallest office, Jeffs.
Yeah, I got a great window view. Oh, no,
He
I don't.
likes
You
it.
got a nice spot, though.
I
Nice
have no
spot.
view, just into the office.
I was in IKEA recently, and they had, you see these sound dampening things. That was a picture. Behind it was a light, and there was a scenery picture
Oh, yeah.
of like the
Yep.
woods. And I thought that
Oh.
would be brilliant for a space like
I
that.
think Bo
Like
was
Jeff's.
trying to do something when he had that office and he couldn't get out of there fast enough.
But I do have a refrigerator.
Oh,
You do?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Now that I know, Jeff.
Oh.
So docking it up,
Can you
it's,
put my
it's,
sandwich in there?
it's getting a little low. Hey, if you want to put some in there, go ahead. I just got drinks and stuff in there.
Well, the regular office one
What kind of
scares me.
drinks,
I
Jeff?
don't know.
The office one is gnarly.
I don't even open it. It
Oh, it
scares
is-
me.
it is
I did
scary.
that with Bruce recently. We were looking to see what was in there, and there were science experiments in there.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
It
people
was-
put stuff in. We forget.
Yeah.
I always forget if I put something in there.
As soon as you open the door and the smell comes out,
Yeah.
Close
close
it
it
back.
right back up.
Close it back up.
So we were talking about agents and so forth. You guys recently merged,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about how that happened.
Excuse me, Jeff, who's running this podcast?
I was just curious.
I mean, we love to talk about ourselves, but you're the guests here. But if you want to answer
the
the
two powerhouses get together. Now your team is just even bigger.
Gigantuous.
So,
Juggernauts.
Yeah.
so how did that?
Did you guys want to join?
We're here.
It's pretty awesome. I was working on goals last night with the team, so I met with those who wanted to meet individually and map out a plan for 2023. And so I let that simmer for a little bit, and last night was working on those and emailed them out their goals. They have a guideline for what to work on for the year, and it's all self-perpetuated, right? We can't dictate that for them, but having a conversation to say, what can you commit to for this year? And I think you would agree that having jobs like ours are difficult because there is no schedule. And so something comes up, in your life and you're focusing on that, all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I gotta get to work. I gotta get to work.
Yep.
Distractions are so easy.
So easy.
So easy.
Right? Yeah.
Especially with us. But Meredith and I work so well together. And so we were just talking one day and we said, what would happen if we merged?
Yeah.
Since we do so many deals together anyway.
Yeah.
And then if she was having a team meeting and I was having a team meeting, we would kind of merge it anyway. So that's how it came about.
Cool.
And Stephanie has the strengths that I don't have. And I think we complement each other.
We're
in that
complete opposites.
Yeah. And so
Which is
that's a
perfect.
benefit. Right, because then your team gets the benefits of both sides, of different types of personalities that what Stephanie brings to the table, I don't. What I bring to the table, she doesn't.
I'm like, you can just manifest it. You
Yeah.
don't have to write anything down.
Yeah.
And then Mara's like, I need to meet with you to go over your goals.
I see that.
So
I
we're
can see that,
two-
Meredith.
We're
She's very.
very different.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
just visualize.
Yeah.
You're a free spirit, and
And it
she
will
writes
come
everything
true.
down.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's what we did.
It's excellent.
Yeah.
So here we are. Yeah.
Now it's working. So tell us about your backgrounds. Also, Bruce, I do want to talk about the fact that the Iditarod starts this weekend. And given that you're from Alaska, I do want to find out about that. But how did you both get into real estate?
I got into real estate from my real estate agent, which was Kelly Pope. And you guys know I share an office with her now.
Oh,
Yep.
sweet
So
Kelly.
about 8 years ago,
By the way, her
Um,
hair looked fabulous yesterday.
she's rocking bangs.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's
I
banging.
saw that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she sold my house about 8 years ago and then helped us get a new house. And took probably about 3 or 4 years after that, I started thinking about getting my license. And then I just like, let's do it. So I decided to do it. I was still working retail. Got licensed. First person I called was Kelly. She was like, you should come talk to Roy Walker.
So wait, you were retail for...
I was working at Bernie and Phil's at the time.
That's right.
Yep, but before Bernie and Phil's, it was Sleepy's. Before Sleepy's, it was Mattress Discounters. So just a long train of furniture, either whether I was delivering it, selling it, just long retail line, almost 20 years of
Which
of
came
retail
in
sales.
very handy when I had to buy an extra table for my office and it was just sitting there in the box.
Oh.
Bruce is like,
Nice.
fine, I will put it together. Thanks, Bruce.
My wife was like, you put her table together? But you said our table.
Mm-hmm. She got a stack over here waiting for you.
Wait,
Awesome.
Bruce, were you born in Alaska?
So I was born in the Bay Area in California, born in Berkeley.
Oh, okay.
Grew up in Oakland. Oh, man. Once the murder capital of the country.
Wow.
Yeah, just a tough area. In 89, my mom's twin sister had been in Alaska for about 3 or 4 years, I believe. And my mom was like, we're going to follow suit. So we followed suit. In 89, I did junior high, high school, some college, a lot of great friends. Did ROTC in high school, and that kind of just drove me to do the military. So when I drove out of Alaska in 97, I actually drove out of Alaska back to California to do another school setting. That's soon after I went into the Marine Corps. So, and when I went in the Marine Corps, I got stationed at a training. So it's occupational training. I ended up meeting my wife in Fort Leonard Wood, and
Wow.
that's our story. That's how we got here. So as soon as I got to Alaska or to Mass, we, kind of hit the ground running. It was like one of those things where we were still dating, and then she got pregnant, and it all worked out for the best. We've been married 20 years now.
Aww.
And together 25 years, 2 kids, house, the 3 dogs, like the good old American dream.
Wow.
And now I'm at Coldwell Banker in Easton, selling houses, living a
On a podcast.
Yep,
Yes.
living
Doing
good
a
old American
phenomenal
dream.
job.
The
I may
circle is
add.
complete.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm in the presence of greatness. All you guys are great at what you do. So I got a great office of like peers, and it's just a good environment, a lot of good camaraderie in there. I love that office.
We do have fun. I
Yeah,
did tell the
yeah.
president recently, and Angela, I said, when I have to get work done, I don't come to the office.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Come to gossip
can't
and talk.
I can't get anything done. Nothing.
No,
Because
I-
I'd rather
Yeah.
be talking to you guys.
Jeff, you're good
And
at
Jeff, when you
skedaddle.
come in, it's exciting.
Hey,
You
it's-
never
hey,
come in.
Jeffy!
We're like, Jeffy! Jeffy's here, everyone. Jeffy!
I feel like Norm from Cheers.
Hey,
Jeffy!
Jeffy!
What's going on?
But Jeff's good at staying focused, though.
He
like when
is.
he's in there,
Yeah.
he's in
He's
there.
just walking down the hall. He keeps looking forward. He
When I-
tries not to engage.
When I come in the office, I have something I got to get done. I just want to get it done
Yeah.
because I usually on a tight timeline. So
Well, you came from what, building background? was
yeah,
it?
I did. Well, my background's architecture and construction.
Oh.
So I did that for like 10 years, the design side, built Walmarts, McDonald's. If there's a place out there in New England, I probably designed it and built it. And then I went over to retail construction for about 15 years. I was an owner's rep for Stop and Shop, CVS, 7-Eleven. And then after getting burned out and flipped around every 3-4 years, getting spit out by the companies, I decided it's time for a change. So I got my license and interviewed all over the place. Met with Roy. And I went with East Inc. because of Roy. Great manager, really nice guy.
Oh, kudos to Roy.
Me too.
So started out
Kudos
and
to
just, nose to the grindstone, got it done, got my classes done. And then for this first 6 months, closed like, I think 6 or 8 deals.
Awesome.
Something like that, just keep doubling after that. And like I said, I just keep my head down and get the work done. But I like it. I
do.
like being my own boss. That's the one thing I really like. Like you were saying before, you don't really have, when you're a real estate agent, you don't really have like a lot of separation between work and your regular life. It's just life.
Yeah.
So you got to balance it. And it's just,
Right.
it's ingrained in what I do. And it does irritate, my girlfriend once in a while because I work so much and whatever, but it is what we do. I talk it and speak it and live it like every day, and that's how you be a successful agent. So
I think it does take a special partner to be involved with a real estate agent
Oh, yeah.
because our schedules are so hectic. We never know what's going to come up last minute, and somebody just has to roll with the punches if they're going to be with us.
exactly,
Yeah.
but it's been a good ride. It's 5 years now. I like what I do. I like being my own boss, set my own schedule. I like working hard, like Bruce said. I like to really focus on what I'm doing and just keep going. So
I wish I had some of your focus, Jeff. Can't focus.
don't worry, I unfocus when I get out of the office. Nights and weekends. Oh yeah, I work hard and play hard.
And Jeff hosts a big bender of Oktoberfest
Oh my
every
god,
year.
yeah,
Oh,
it gets
yeah.
bigger and bigger every year.
Well,
Yeah.
I couldn't go
I know.
last year. I don't remember why. I don't think
know.
I was around.
I'm in the thick of it with kids at that point.
It was a
Because
blanket.
it's September, right?
It was September. It's always the weekend after Labor Day.
Yep.
So we had it 3 years. So the story there is 3 years ago for my 50th, I was supposed to go to Oktoberfest, but then
Oh,
COVID hit and screwed
right.
everything
Oh.
up. So I decided to have my own Oktoberfest party, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger. Last year it was huge. We had a band and open bar and
What?
Stein
Where-
hoisting contest.
where
It was
you
like
having
probably
it at?
over 120 people there. It's at my house.
That's
Wow.
it.
At your
fully
house?
fully hosted. It was unbelievable.
Wow,
It gets
Jeff.
bigger and bigger every year. But this year, we are going. We booked a Munich trip. We're going over 10 days.
Awesome.
It's already booked. So there probably won't be a party this year. I just don't have time to do both. So
Yeah.
probably disappointed people. But the following year, I'll probably pick it up again.
That's
It's
great.
a really good time. And I am German. My background's German. So I started boning up on my German a little bit. My Deutsch, spreche Deutsch. So I got 6
Is
months
there
to
a
get
problem
that going.
if you don't speak
It's
when you go
no,
there?
most people speak English there, but if you speak German, it gets you farther. Kind of like if you want to find a table, if you want to make friends there, if you're speaking their language and making the effort, it's gonna make it easier to get a table because there's like 700,000 people a day that go up to that, like 6 million people. It is insane.
Wow.
So I'm a little I'm getting overwhelmed. I'm a very social person, but the crowds are like crazy. Like to get in, and it goes nonstop for I think 22 days. We're going for 11. So
Oh my.
yeah.
And what do you do when you go to Oktoberfest? Like, where do you fly in, and then do you
we'll
get
fly.
a car?
We'll
Or?
fly into Munich. We're staying right downtown at the Meridian, the Marriott Meridian. It's like walking distance, and basically it's huge. It's not just there's like 17 main tents that are like the premium beers, and then there's like 20 small tents. Maybe I have the numbers off a little bit, but that's basically it. And the tents are open from noon till whenever. Then there's after parties. The first day they tap the keg. The mayor or whatever goes there and taps. Take a big ceremony, and then every day it's just from like noon until 2 a.m. It's just huge tent parties.
So what is it? So I used to go to Oktoberfests, but I never really knew what's is it
The
just
reason-
a big party? Why are they doing it?
It started.
What's it for?
I don't know the dates, but way back in the day, there was a king and queen that got married, and so they had a celebration in October actually to celebrate their wedding. And they had tons of beer, and everyone was there. And every year it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And so now it just turns into like a huge fest. And it's funny, people always ask, why is it called Oktoberfest? It's actually in September.
Oh.
So they moved it up
Oh.
earlier because of the weather. So it actually ends on the first Sunday in October. So it's usually the middle of September it starts, and it goes for, like I said, 20 days or whatever it is.
Okay.
And then it ends in the first Sunday in
And are there
October.
games associated?
Oh yeah, there's a huge carnival too. It's like you can go there and not drink technically, and it's like a huge food festival, tons of games,
Sauerkraut.
the culture, like they have the parades, and it's
Frankfurters.
crazy. Yeah, so it's a big event.
Will you be wearing lederhosen?
Of course, you have to. You can't show up and not have lederhosen on. You gotta have the
Who?
lederhosen. That's what
They're leather shorts
they're like the
with little buttons and
Oh,
suspenders.
right.
yeah the pants, they're like short shorts.
You have that, Jeff?
Oh yeah, every Saturday night.
Okay. Send a pic. Obviously, the king and queen were not Jewish because
Yeah.
Jews don't serve beer at their
Oh
wedding.
my God,
Jeff.
yeah, it's
So-
crazy.
How tight are your shorts?
You know what,
Tighten it
Bruce?
up.
I knew you were going to go there. I knew you were going to go there. You were just waiting for the opportunity. You always have to go down that lane.
Yeah, so it's gonna be awesome. We're pretty pumped, and I'm so excited to go. I've been waiting my whole life to go. So
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Jeff!
Bucket list trip.
oh,
Yes.
yeah, big
Books.
time. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
Learn
it's on the
something
list.
new every
How long
day.
is the flight?
Well, if you go direct, it's 7 or 8 hours, but if you get a connecting flight for some reason, it's double that,
Oh.
and it's the time difference. So we're gonna suck it up and just go with the direct. It's more expensive, but
Oh
I don't
God!
want. I don't want
So
to.
always
I
fly
can't-
direct.
How
I
do you
can't deal
party
with-
for 10 days
No.
straight?
Challenge accepted. I will do it.
Wow.
That's
Cheers!
Yeah,
Cheers!
That's
Yeah.
impressive. Will you
And
be
it's
cataloging your trip on social media so we can follow it?
We'll probably do something like that.
I mean,
yeah.
we need to follow this.
It's gonna be awesome. Do like a tour. You can find stuff on YouTube.
Do you
So
do
far-
tours? Do
We-
you?
this one we might do. Well, you can do. Like I said, you can do so much stuff that's not even really drinking related, but we'll do a lot of drinking for sure. Go to all the parties.
Does your girlfriend drink?
Yep.
A lot.
Oh, she will. Yeah.
Beer?
Wow.
She can hold her own.
Beer?
Wow.
Yeah.
What would be your beer of choice?
Oh man. Lowenbrow. I like Lowenbrow. That's one of the premium beers. They're all kind of the same, but different blends and stuff. So I like them.
Bruce, would you have any interest in doing this?
I'm not a big beer drinker.
No?
No, but I always thought, I just learned something new today. I always thought that Oktoberfest had to do with fall farmer harvest.
Nope.
I truly did. I thought it had a lot to do with like the farmer's harvest and all of that stuff. So
You were
but
completely wrong.
I was.
It's okay. Me too. I had no idea.
I had no clue at all.
I stand corrected.
It's fine, Bruce.
And I've jumped around with an Oompa band too and had no idea.
Yeah, it's pretty
Wow.
cool. And it's not just, you would think that it's all German music, which is great. Obviously, they have a lot of that. But a lot of the tents play a lot of American music and just kind of mix it up with the bands and everything. So it's pretty fun. And it's like all kinds of everyone from around the world. That's the other thing, too. The table next to you, someone from France, people from the United States, wherever, Austria, like just different places you can meet different people. It's really cool.
You're
I'm
gonna
really
make
excited.
so many
It's
new
gonna
friends.
It's going to be awesome. You're all sitting at, table style. So the thing about reservations is if they say if you have two people, you can kind of jump around a little bit. That's why if you speak German a little bit, or girls can get seats really easy for obvious reasons. But you have to rent the tables. You can't reservations for less than 10 people, and you have to prepay for the food, so it is expensive.
God.
So a lot of half of each tent is basically already reserved, and then half are open. So they're kind of floating.
Okay.
But if you get in there past 6 or 7 o'clock in the day, you won't get into the tent. They actually close the tents because they get full.
This is a lot.
And each tent is different beer, different
Yeah,
food.
each tent has its own
Bratwurst.
theme, its own beer, and they only serve their beer.
Okay.
But the food is ridiculous. You've seen the matrons walk around with 12 steins, and you have to be sitting too to drink too. I didn't know that.
Oh.
You actually have to be sitting. You can't walk around, so they don't. That's how they control the crowd. Because think about it, if you're standing and rolling, it can get kind
right.
of dangerous.
Yeah.
You have to be sitting to get served a beer.
Oh.
So that's why it's important to get a table.
Okay.
So we've done a lot of research on it. If it's only 2 people,
They don't want any party fouls.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just people
No spill
because the waitress has got to get
This is
through.
a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. The waitress has got to get through, so they have clear paths. This is down to a science. And these tents, if you go online and look at this, they're massive building structures. You think of a tent, you look at this thing, it's holy. They set this up and probably takes them 3 months to set it up, to break it down.
Okay.
They're starting probably in May to set up for September.
How many tents are there?
I think there's 17 main big tents, with the main breweries.
Wow.
But then there's 21 smaller ones, and then there's all kinds of outside beer gardens where anybody can walk, and you need reservations for that. So it's just, and then the carnival, it's crazy.
What if you have to go to the bathroom?
There are porta potties and there's restrooms, and I heard you got to pay for the bathroom. You have to pay a token or something, or they get you coming and going. So.
And there's only one city that's hosting this, or multiple cities?
It's in Munich. It's called, I can't think of the name of the town. It's right outside of Munich. It's there every year. And it's just basically a huge field that's just empty for the rest of the year, and then they set it all up again.
Wow.
Can you speak German? Did we already talk about that?
You're learning
a little
it, right?
bit. A little bit.
Say
Yeah.
something. Say, can I have a beer?
Ich habe Bier, Stein. You
Stein?
say Prost, beer Stein. So Prost is cheers.
It is?
You say Prost.
Weinstein? Oh, what?
Stein. Beer, they said Bier Stein.
I know, but I'm saying Weinstein.
Oh, Weinstein. Yeah, I'm starting to learn a little bit.
Where are you learning it?
You had
Babbel?
me convinced.
I'm doing a little bit online, and then Babbel. I looked into that too. I took 4 years in high school, so I was pretty fluent back in the day.
I have a word for you. Gesundheit.
Gesundheit. Danke. Danke, Fräulein.
Thank you, Stephanie.
We did have somebody at our office once, and she's like, I speak 10 languages.
Oh my God.
We're all like, wow. So she goes, yes, I can say hello in 10 different languages.
It's hard to speak German.
We said, you technically don't speak 10 different languages, and she had a fit
she
and
said
ballistic.
hello.
And
We had to
Technically,
let
she
her
can.
run with that.
Yes.
Technically, she can say something. I can count in German. Pretty easy.
Oh no, that's Hebrew. That's Hebrew.
Oh, cool.
Probably similar to German.
A little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10.
Uno, dos, tres.
What do you got?
Bruce?
What do you got,
Bruce,
Bruce?
can you speak Alaskan?
You trumped. Kick Alaskan, right? 1 fish, 2 fish. 1 polar bear.
Ebonics only. This is a true story. I had one of my best friends in high school. His name was Craig, and I love you, Craig. But your German was horrible. So black guy decided to take German, and he did it for 4 years. But I remember him practicing for tests, and I'm like, Craig, you sound horrible.
Yeah, the
Dude,
enunciation's
stop. I'd be like,
important.
dude, just stop.
Yeah.
Just drop out of it. He's like, no.
He's committed.
No, he was committed. But
I like it.
Where in Alaska did you live?
Anchorage.
Oh, yeah.
Where were you, Meredith?
I was in outside of Juneau in Hoona, which is 50 air miles west of Juneau.
Yeah.
Meredith, can you share your dead fish story?
The one that was left at my door.
Yeah.
Well, so I was 25 and single, and I was very popular because the male to female ratio in Alaska, at least at that time, was 9 to 1.
Hey.
Good odds.
Yeah.
Yo,
And,
hey girl. What you
Word
doing?
There was a gentleman who left fish on my door.
So
Was that like a courting thing?
Yeah.
Or something? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like,
Bruce,
hey.
did you ever leave a dead fish on someone's doorstep?
It was frozen.
Oh, it was frozen?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never left
No,
anything.
actually, in Aberdeen at Boynton Beach, once COVID hit and they had to shut down everything, the head of the HOA did open his door and find a dead fish on his doorstep. These
Jesus.
people at Aberdeen are
Serious.
Ruthless.
Wow.
ruthless. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. So you're not the only one, Meredith. They've
Yeah.
got a dead fish at their doorstep.
Well, Iditarod's coming up. Did you see it when you must have gone to the start?
Yeah, I've done the beginning of the Iditarod.
He's done that, Meredith.
Yeah, we did that. The Fur Rendezvous Festival comes and, it's kind of the start of the whole thing.
So tell us about the Fur Rendezvous Festival.
Is there lots of beer like Jeff?
So it starts this week, Saturday, I think.
There's a little bit of everything. It's like a winter.
Winter.
Yeah, it's like a winter
Festival?
fair. It's like a winter fair. A lot of fur sales and stuff like that. A lot of booze, food. It's a good time.
And the start, if I remember correctly, there's a ceremonial start, but it's not like the real start. And then they go to where the real start. Is that correct?
To be honest, I don't remember that portion of that.
Remember.
Bruce blacked
I
it
just,
out.
Yeah, I just know it's a long ass race.
It's 1,000 miles, so
It's
they
a
round
long
it
race.
off. It's from Anchorage
How many
to
days
Nome.
does
with
it
the
take?
dogs?
It's over
It's
1,000 miles.
10 days, roughly. I mean, they do whatever they
Oh
can.
my
You talk about the dog sled things?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember there's always going to be something like it. So you get to do, like at the Fur Rendezvous, you get to get on a sled.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
you get to do all of that stuff. I remember doing all that stuff, but it was such a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
So cold.
Well, it's a lifestyle too. I mean, you've got all these dogs that you're caring for. It's a big expense and
Yeah.
training, and they live and breathe it every day. It's not like you just I can't grab
That
a
is-
Sybil and
yeah,
go for it
the,
too much.
the people that do win this, that is their life. They do this.
What do they
every
get
single
out of
day.
it?
$100,000.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
it.
Wow.
Well,
I don't know.
Isn't there
this
some
for-
show, like a
100
survival show, like Surviving Alaska, and they show different areas or territories, and they have to survive, and they have
Well, this
cabins.
Life
and
Below Zero.
Yeah, that's
is
what
an
I'm thinking of. Yeah,
awesome
that's it.
show.
Yeah, I would like that show.
It's
Like,
gone
wow,
for a
that's
long time.
that's pretty extreme.
Yep.
Like,
you
wow.
guys watch weird TV.
It's a great show. I love
But
that show.
there was also a show. This is going way back, but remember that show, Northern Exposure?
Yes.
That was
Kind of.
Alaska, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah,
really
that
good
was
show. I
Alaska.
forget
Yeah.
the actors in that, but that was a pretty good show.
That was a decent show.
What town was it? Was that Juneau?
I think it was
Juneau.
Make Believe. Was it Juneau?
That was supposed to
Oh,
be
Based on
okay.
Juneau, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Juneau's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, really stunning. The cruise ships come in there, and
Yeah,
I
I
do
heard-
want to take an Alaskan cruise.
Yeah,
That
I
is
heard-
on my
I was just
list.
gonna say that I think Alaskan cruises are one of the most popular because of the scenery and all that
Right.
oh,
stuff.
it's breathtaking.
Right.
And do so from Seattle to Juneau, that's sort of one leg if you were flying. And so you fly into Seattle, and then you hop over to Vancouver, and that's where you can pick up the Alaska Marine Highway. And the Alaska Marine Highway are ferries, just like if you were taking it over to Martha's Vineyard, only they're big ships, and you can get a cabin on them. I mean, they're rustic. It's a bed and a bathroom, or you share a bathroom. But they go all up the Inside Passage from Vancouver to Juneau, and that's the way that you get there because where I lived was accessible only by plane or boat. There's no road, and Juneau's the same. You have to fly in or go there by boat. And so this Marine Highway stops off and in all these different communities. They hit typically the larger ones, but the island where I lived is called Chichagof Island, and it's the landmass there. It's hard to conceptualize. So if you were to go from Juneau to Anchorage, it's a 3-hour flight. So it's no different than going from Massachusetts to Florida. It's that big of an expanse. So the island where I was on is larger than Rhode Island, and there were a few different communities on it. One of which is a place called Elfin Cove, no lie, and there were like 30 people. I don't know how many people live there now. But when in the community I was at, the cruise ships didn't stop there when I was there. And now it became a big boom with the cruise ships will stop and they'll go to Glacier Bay, which, by the way, is one of the most magnificent places on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's just a different world when you go up to Anchorage, because Anchorage is 300,000 people, I think.
Yeah, I think combining the subsidiaries, like the immediate towns right off there, which they call the Valley, I think they were up to like 400,000 at one point in time. So
yeah.
there's a lot of people, but the persons per square mile is dramatic there. It's like one person per 1,000 square miles. When you look at Boston, I think it's one person per.
How's the inventory up there?
One person per 10 square feet. It's
What's the average home sale
there's
price
a couple
up there?
of agents that I know that I went to high school with them up there. I see some movement up there. I follow it every now and then. It's a big turnover because it's military up there,
Oh, that's
and then
true.
there's a lot of corporations up there. So families will move up there on per diems, you know what I mean? But it'll be like a 1-year leg and then they're out of there. So there is some turnover, and, it's starting to get expensive. Back in the day, it wasn't as expensive as what it is now. It's crazy. It is crazy. Even out towards the valley, which is like the Wasilla,
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you don't have to deal with Arctic tundra in Anchorage, do you? It's more further out, like Bethel.
No, but you know what? You can't predict the weather in Anchorage. It was a lot of sleet and rain back when, about 10 years ago. And then when I was growing up there, we used to get dumped on like 5 to 6 feet in a weekend. And then I've been in like minus 75 below wind chills.
That sounds really fun, Bruce.
It's just been, I just been in like crazy stuff.
But the people are amazing,
so depressed.
and the landscape is so stunningly beautiful.
It's a huge melting pot. I just posted on Facebook. I stole a bunch of people pictures from the Aurora Borealis from a bunch of people. So if you look and you've never seen that, it was amazing pictures and I never saw it that vibrant when I lived there, but these pictures are crazy. Check out my Facebook.
Where were they taken?
They were taken from Anchorage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're amazing. I mean, the brightest I ever seen the Aurora Borealis was driving back to California when I got to the top of Canada. That's when I saw it, and I didn't see it even like that in Anchorage. But these pictures are amazing. I don't know, everybody had legit pictures. They're all very similar, but crazy pictures.
Did you ever have an experience with the mud flats up there?
Yeah, the silky mud flats. So I fish a lot. So, in any of the glacial creeks, once the tide goes down and everything recedes, the water there is very silty. Or the mud flats are very silty. So it's almost like quicksand. And
it's literally like cartoon.
Are you saying silty?
Yeah.
Silt.
So silt comes in, the particles come in from water.
Can you spell that, please?
S-I-L-T.
Yeah.
S-A-L-T?
Yes.
Could you use that in a sentence, please?
Yes. The mud flats were very silty. And if you don't have tight boots, your boots will get stuck.
And you can get stuck. And so there are signs everywhere. Do not drive your
that's
car
my final answer.
out here. Right?
Got it.
And your car would sink into it, and there's nothing you could do. Or if you get stuck, emergency crews might not be able to pull you out because it's
there every now and then they tell you to watch out because there are new stories and they're true stories about people dying, getting stuck, because what ends up happening is Alaska has what they call a board tide. It's like a 2 to 4 foot tide that rolls in all at once. And it's funny, when you're on the Seward Highway and you pull over around high tide, you can actually see it coming in. And surfers ride that. You don't see a lot of waves in Alaska unless it's windy and choppy, but people do ride the board tide on surfboards. It's crazy.
This is a lot. This is
well, it's a magnificent place to visit.
It's a crazy
I
place
feel
to
exhausted and drained.
Did you hunt when you were there?
Never did any hunting. I used to fish my butt off, though.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fishing. And it's easy fishing. It's close.
Yeah.
Ice fishing?
Yeah. And I told you about my, you just learn to be a winter person. So
wait, Bruce, what kind of fishing? Spear fishing?
I did
ice fishing?
I did ice fishing. I've done dip.
Fly fishing? Meredith's a fly fisher.
So you've done dip. I've done dip netting. I can fly fish.
Dip netting?
Yeah.
Oh, you take the net and you
You're literally just taking a like almost a pool net, but bigger. And when the salmon are running, typically like in June and July, there's so many in the river that all you have to do is just stick your net in the water and catch a 6 fish limit in a day. And it's you can actually live off the fish pretty much. If you can catch 6 fish a day, if you had a whole household that went fishing in one weekend and you had a 6 fish limit and you caught 6 fish a piece for a family of 5, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. A lot of people put a lot of fish in the freezer. I was trying to get some fish for my brother this year. He said he had 77 pounds, and turned out that the amount of fish that he had it in the wrong freezer. a buddy of his freezer. Power went out.
No.
Yes.
Oh god.
Just a stinky mess. A
Crushing.
place that he didn't say.
Oh my
Can you
God.
imagine like hundreds of pounds of fish?
No.
Yeah, power went out and all the fish thawed out and it was just a stinky mess.
Okay.
So I never got fish, but I'm gonna keep trying because I want everybody to have some fish from Alaska. I'm gonna try to get some to the office.
You
Some
are?
fresh stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying.
All right.
My neighbor was known all over Southeast Alaska for his smoked salmon.
Yes.
It was like candy. He would have them in these big strips, and he had a smokehouse. And his son told me, I was making, when in Rome, I was making jam because you're in Alaska, and
No
the berries
comment.
there are like this big. So I was like, I'm going to learn to make jam. So I made jars of jam, and he said, when you see that smokehouse going smoking, just walk over with one of your jars of jam and give it to my dad, and he'll give you some of the smoked salmon, guaranteed. And he did.
I would run.
It was amazing. It was really, it's something special. Yeah.
See, we talked
good
about
stuff.
that once.
Did you put it
getting
on a
good-
bagel?
Oh.
No, because you just
Smoked
eat it
salmon.
like it's candy because it's got like a caramel on it.
brown.
man.
They normally do a brown sugar glaze on it.
That's
what
it.
it is.
Yes.
That's it.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a teriyaki brown sugar glaze.
Teriyaki, brown
Oh, yeah.
sugar.
Off the
Yeah.
cuff.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yep.
very, very common.
Jeff?
I'm the outcast here because I'm not a fish guy. I love fishing, love boats, but I don't like to eat fish.
Jeff, when's
Really?
the last time you tried a piece of fish?
I'll eat like I love scallops and bacon, clams casino. I'll eat like a fish and chips plate, but I won't eat like lobster.
Why?
Or I don't.
You don't
I
like
just
the
don't like
fishy
the texture
taste.
of
I mean,
it,
if
the
you like
taste.
scallops and bacon, you like all the things
I
that
like the
don't taste like
the
fish.
fried. Anything wrapped in bacon, I'll eat that anyway. I mean,
You
that's-
got to go to Capitol Grill and get a nice
Yeah.
stuffed lobster.
I'll nibble.
We need to change this.
Dawn loves seafood, so she always on the Cape or whatever. She's
What
always
about
getting
nice
stuff.
shrimp cocktail in your Bloody Mary?
It has to be cooked. I don't like sushi either.
Oysters?
No, the texture.
What
is,
happened to you as a child?
I know, and my whole family
We need
loves.
to.
Where did you grow up?
Well, I grew up in Weymouth. My brother-in-law actually, he was a fisherman and he had lobster traps. So I'd go with him on the boats. And we pulled a lobster. We had fresh lobster like all summer.
Maybe
I
that's
didn't eat,
why.
like, it's-
Maybe that's
didn't-
why you won't eat fish.
I
You're
didn't eat
traumatized.
it though. Yeah, I didn't eat it.
So
No.
you wouldn't even like a nice broiled piece of haddock.
I'd try it. Back in the
Lemon?
day, remember the restaurant, the No Name in Boston?
Yep.
We used to go there with my family. Everyone got huge fish plates, and I used to eat it with a lot of ketchup and stuff. But I got off the
It's just
the
not your
fish.
jam.
It just isn't my thing.
Mm.
Are you a
So-
meat and potatoes man?
Yes, I am. Steak, burgers,
I'm off
grilled
the
chicken.
I'm off the meats.
I know,
man.
You're
still-
not
are you
back
still-
on yet?
Are you still?
I'm off the meats.
Are you still
I
off the meats?
can't.
I
Can you
even
get him
imagine.
back on the meat?
So
I
let's
can't
introduce
take
to those who are
this.
listening.
I can't
Bruce
imagine
decided
that.
to become a vegan.
Oh my god.
No, vegetarian.
Yeah,
Sorry.
vegetarian.
Vegetarian.
He's eating.
Sorry.
You're eating fish and
I just started eating fish.
Oh, but
Took me
you-
6 weeks to get back to fish.
So does that mean you're a pescatarian?
I'm pescatarian,
he's
but
yeah.
I'm only eating fish like once a week. But I'm pretty much sticking to vegetarian. Most,
So run us through
Most of
your diet for a normal day now.
So typically on Sundays we, and this is what we used to do anyway when we had a decent diet going. You prep and it's just weird cooking a crap load of vegetables. You're just cooking
You can
squash
swear.
and you're cooking squash and you're cooking spaghetti squash and you cook as many vegetables as you can, and then you're trying to create dishes out of them. So what ends up happening is we're able to actually create dishes because we have so many vegetables. Then we throw in a bunch of curry sauces or whatever. But I've been making this roasted red pepper and avocado sauce, and we're using it kind of like as a dressing.
That sounds good.
Yeah, we're using it as a dressing, a dip. So we're creating things. So on a normal day, instead of waking up, I am eating eggs still. So I wake up, I have some eggs, lots of fruit. It's just weird not going to the other things. We do eat the pitas and stuff like that. So I'll do something like that, and for the most part, it's been like salad or something that's kind of like this concoction of vegetables. But it doesn't. You're hungry. You're constantly hungry because your body's processing a lot faster, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to slow down with the meat, because you feel bogged down. Like pork is really bad.
Depends how much it is and how it's prepared too.
Yeah, but that I didn't have a threshold when I
Yeah.
ate. I used to get the
Chicken.
meat sweats all the time. Like once you're a meat eater, you're a meat eater. And,
Oh, yeah.
And it does wreak havoc on your body. I felt like I was having a lot of arthritis symptoms in my hands, my knees, my joints. And recently I don't wake up, my fingers aren't hurting, my knees aren't aching, my back's not aching. I feel really, really, really good.
So
works
you've
for
taken out, what have you taken out of your diet?
There's no chicken, there's no
Except
pork,
eggs.
except for eggs. There's no pork, there's no beef.
Dairy?
We don't do milk anyway. I do oat milk. We do cheese. So I'm doing cheese, but I don't touch bacon. I don't touch any other meat products. And I try not to even have it mixed with anything. And it's just kind of been fish like once a week since the Super Bowl.
Jeff is speechless.
I am. I'm the
This is
exact
the opposite of Jeff's
I am the
diet.
exact opposite.
It's the opposite of mine.
Protein, tons of protein. I eat pretty much 4 eggs in the morning, oatmeal, lunch is grilled chicken, some kind of beef, and then a salad in the afternoon, and then some kind of grilled food with. I love sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes, any kind of greens are good.
Yeah.
It's like a lean protein kind of diet.
Yeah, we have the
But
sweet.
yeah,
we're
but it's
doing
all good.
that
Whatever
stuff.
works for you, you know.
Yeah, we still
Everyone's
get to
different.
eat. That's the weird thing. You go out with friends and they're like, "Oh, you can't," or you dine in. I got some friends,
Oh,
Lisa.
we're going out with Bruce the
Oh,
vegan.
yeah.
They get like,
This
not
is gonna
guy.
suck.
I'm like, there's stuff I can eat.
The fish guy.
Are you drinking?
Yeah, I drink, but kind of staying away from the whole fruity drink thing, and
Just drinking the hard stuff.
yeah, a little seltzer water. Just kind of keep it clean, a little less sugar as much as you can.
What about, are you drinking like vodka or anything, or
Yeah,
wine?
Vodka, rums. We drink, red wine. I'll drink wine.
What do you
Like
like?
this weekend, I stopped at some friend's house. My wife was away at a whole bachelorette party thing, so I went to our friend's house without her, and I just pretty much stuck to the Corona seltzers, and that was it. But I'm really simple. I'm a simple drinker. I don't have to drink to get smashed, and I know my threshold, and so.
So you barely drank, and
barely
you're
drinking.
eating vegetables.
Eating vegetables, trying to take care of myself. I turned 48 this year, so
Looking good, Bruce. Looking good.
Thank you.
Do you
thank
exercise?
Right now, I have a frozen shoulder. I can't swing this arm, so I've been staying
Oh.
away from
Yeah.
this. I've lost 12 pounds just switching off the meat,
Yeah.
Wow.
but I know if I can get like a little bit of exercise where I could just walk or move this arm, but it's just so achy by the end of the day.
Mm.
Yeah.
What's a frozen arm?
So I think I popped it out of the socket. Basically, what happens is everything just locks up. So I think I popped it out of the socket,
Ouch.
and then I favored it, and so you don't move it, and so it just loses its mobility. Like I have no range of motion at all. I
is it
can't
numb?
raise it above my head.
Is it numb?
It will shoot numbing pains down my arm.
Should you go to PT?
Yes, my next visit today. As soon as we get out of here, or when I get a chance today, I'm stopping at Universal Orthopedics. So that's who actually diagnosed that I had a frozen shoulder. Going back again to get a second opinion to see what I can do, but we'll see. I'm doing the exercises they say, putting a lot of heat, recommended by the wife, and that's
Always
helped a
listen
lot.
to your wife.
I should always listen to my wife.
Yes.
Yep.
That's a must.
It's because she's gonna see this.
Yeah.
Right. Love you, honey.
Right.
Love you, babe.
Well, I think it's impressive. I mean, doing anything like that, you're taking back what you're eating and how you're eating, and it gives you control. So if it works for you,
Yeah, exactly.
kudos to you.
It's funny. I was laughing stock in the house. Like even my kids was like, "Yeah, right, Dad. You're not gonna make it," because they know. Like my wife will get a rotisserie chicken from BJ's. and
It's a habit.
I'm ripping the wings off right away. Like, I'm a savage or was a savage when it came to eating meat. I was a carnivore, Jeff. So
I
Okay.
think it takes. They say
Right.
it takes 21 days. This is just statistics. 21 days to break a habit. So like,
Make one.
Or make one, exactly. So like, soda for me is like, you shouldn't drink soda. I know it's not good for you, whatever. But like, when I'm off of it for a couple weeks, I don't miss it.
Right.
But like
Right.
for those couple of days, you're craving it. Like, so I don't drink a lot of soda, but like at night, I want a soda or whatever. I don't drink coffee. So like on a weekend, if I have, hangover or whatever, coffee, I don't drink it, so I'll do a soda or something. But when I'm off of it, I don't miss it after like a couple
Well, I think
weeks.
that's sugar too, because sugar's
Yeah.
like crack.
Well, I
So is
do diet.
cheese.
I do diet Pepsi, so there's not a lot of sugar in there, I don't
love a
think.
good
Yeah.
cheese.
Calories, but
Sweetness.
still. But like to break a habit, you got to get into a habit and a routine. then it becomes like second nature.
Yeah.
You know what's my favorite is a Diet Pepsi with a sandwich and a chip.
Oh yeah,
Right there, that's the best
Oh,
lunch
that
ever.
is so good. And a pickle.
Yeah.
You go for the combo.
Oh, that combination right there is the best ever. Yep. It's so good.
I'm too lazy to meal prep. I could never do it.
Well, I started something recently. So for me, if 4 o'clock comes around and I don't know what the plan is for dinner, it really bothers me tremendously. Because now at 4 o'clock, I suddenly have to figure that out.
Well, you have people to feed.
I have people to feed. So
Right.
it's not just myself.
Right.
And so just this year, I'm off of it right now, but I will get back on just because we had break and whatnot. On Sunday, figuring out what we're going to have for 4 to 5 nights of
I
the
did
week.
that as when I...
It was very helpful.
It is very helpful.
I'd write on the
Yeah, you gotta
fridge,
plan
Monday
ahead.
we're having this,
Which
Tuesday
is
we're
fine,
having
but
this.
I'm saying the full meal prep that
No,
Bruce
too much
is
for me.
doing with the
a lot.
chopping and the cooking
Yeah.
and the slicing and the dicing and it's too much. Another reason why I could never be kosher.
Oh, because you have to do that?
It's too much. You can't mix the utensils and it's 2 kitchens. It's too
Oh.
much. You can't do the plates. Has to be different plates.
Oh,
I just don't have it in me, folks.
Oh.
Well, I think you only have so much time in the day, right? I mean, so if I want to be working on my career, if I want to be supporting my family, if I want to do all the initiatives that I take on a yearly
Right.
basis, daily basis, there's only so much room.
Yeah,
Some
you
things
gotta
are
plan.
going
You
to go.
gotta plan ahead. If you plan ahead, you'll eat better. Like Bruce
Yes,
was saying,
for
if you have
sure.
a plan, you'll eat what you prepare. If it's last minute, like if you're busy schedules, you're on the road, you get home, you're gonna kind of eat whatever's there, as opposed to like preparing it for good
Yeah.
meals. That's the key to some kind of workout plan or nutrition, is that plan your meals, plan your workouts. That's what I do.
But Meredith, you got 4 others to feed, right? Besides
Yeah.
yourself. So you're like, how is it? Is it like tough luck? I'm just cooking this tonight, or does anybody have any say so? Or
If those
Whatever she
people
makes.
dare
Make your own food.
ask for a special meal.
You know what, though? I did learn something from my mother-in-law. So my husband's one of 9. And her meals would always be, there would be so many dishes out.
okay,
But she would take, some would be leftovers, a lot of people, so many dishes, but some would be leftovers from whatever was in the fridge. She would make, so if I know my kids aren't going to eat what I have, last night it was kale salad. They're not going to eat kale salad, along with,
You don't care all about the kids.
I don't care about the kids, along with steak or whatever it was. And so she would always have one thing that she knew, at least this is my observation, I'd have to ask her, but if I know Stephanie likes mac and cheese will probably be one out there. So at least they can have something, but it's not tough because you're going to make sure your kids eat too, because they won't eat. I mean, that's the problem.
and they're all athletes.
Right.
Yeah. And they'll be grumpy and
Yeah.
then that becomes a
Right.
whole problem. But,
Yeah.
but just having that one map out, like I know I have all the stuff in the
Yes,
refrigerator.
it's huge.
And I can just go to the fridge and say, okay, here, I got Tuesday is this. But it was work in the beginning to sort of,
Do you have a pressure cooker?
no, those terrify me.
I know I'm scared of them too, but I don't know.
As a kid, do you guys remember seeing the pot on the stove
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
little thing
Oh,
going
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I was
You think it
convinced
was
that
gonna-
thing was
Is
going
that
to
like
explode.
is that like a crock pot? Is that what you mean? Is
No.
that something different?
No.
Oh.
No.
I don't
it's-
even know how or why.
I'm
can't-
petrified of them myself.
Yes.
I will not get one.
So
but
it's
people
just
swear
like
by them.
the top seals,
Is it-
like it's like a like you're getting on the
You're
airplane. It
locking
like
in.
seals and
You're
locks
locking
in.
in all the heat.
I have a deep fryer.
And then it's like,
Yeah,
I
no,
do-
this is different, Jeff.
Okay.
This is different.
It's
it can
See,
explode.
It's a pot with a real
It
tight,
can
a
explode.
tight lid on it.
I don't know how to cook. Full disclosure, I cannot cook.
That's
Dawn,
all right,
I'm not a
Jeff.
very
Dawn
good
is
cook.
always giving me a hard time. She has to teach me how to cook. I don't know how to cook. I'm
It's all right.
a terrible cook.
I'm not a great cook. You're a good cook, aren't you?
I mean, I'm okay. I don't really cook anymore, though. It's delightful.
I'm
Not
a
a
decent
takeout or
I'm
You're a good
restaurants?
cook?
We
I'm a
go out
decent
every
cook.
night.
We
Every single
we're 50-50 in the house. We kind of split the duties.
I will say, in summertime when the grill's open, I'm the grill master.
That's
Okay.
my husband.
Anything on the grill.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't know.
love
I don't
cooking on the grill,
understand.
whatever. It's just
Why
peanuts.
can't you
Men,
cook?
I don't know. I think it's a man thing. I don't know.
But if you can cook on the grill, you can cook in the oven.
It's just, I don't know. It's weird.
You know what, Jeff? I don't
It's
really
fire.
think you're trying.
Now, do you get
We
into
just- we just
the
like playing with fire.
Traeger?
Not trying.
Do you
playing
do
with fire.
all of that, or smoking, or
Yeah,
is it just the grill?
Well, no, just the regular grill. But like prepping the chicken, seasoning, burgers.
So
steaks,
do you
pork
plan to get a
chops.
Traeger?
maybe we're probably due for new grill. So maybe.
I would love
Jeff, I'm going
I
to
would
throw
love a
this out
smoker.
here.
Oh yeah.
I think
gonna
that
throw
would
it out
up,
here.
I think that would up my vegetable game.
But if you're seasoning
Like,
hamburger,
whole- yeah.
No,
You
chicken.
smoke?
if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
seasoning
Steak.
chicken,
Like
you're going to be able to cook it.
Smoked
Oh, yeah.
portobello
Yeah.
mushroom.
I know. I don't even know how to use the
Giant
oven.
portobello mushroom steak.
So
You are not speaking my language, Bruce.
What is he saying? Oh, that
He's-
Jeff and I were having
Sorry,
side
sorry.
chat.
Smoked vegetables.
He's talking
I
about
think it would up my game.
smoking vegetables in a Traeger. I
This
mean,
is too
like
much.
that's like adding pudding to your Toll House cookies,
What are you
Bruce.
doing, Bruce? What are you even talking
You should have never
about?
brought that up, Meredith.
What, your Toll House cookies?
I mean, why would you have a Traeger and put vegetables in it?
I don't even, what's a Traeger?
It's like
It doesn't mean I can't put meat.
the Louis Vuitton
It's
of
Of what?
smoker
grills.
grills.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
Is that the one with the
top-notch
round
meat.
top on it?
that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing. And you get an app and like
So
I
Steph,
can't.
Steph goes out a lot. She says, "What's your go-to restaurant?"
Oh, well, I have. My Gourmet Garden is June night on Tuesday nights. Amelia's Monday night. Tasso's is Wednesday night because we have Weinstein Wednesday at Tasso's. It's delicious Greek food at the Nord restaurant.
Wow.
Thursday is open, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are open.
So this is like a regular thing. Like it's your routine.
Yeah.
You go,
Oh,
so
yeah.
Everyone knows you, and you have your table.
Oh, yeah.
They're like,
Wow.
is it like Cheers?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, and we talk about this.
So do you even grocery shop?
Negative. Well, I did go last night. We ran last night. I wanted to get some turkey, and Anthony got, and he eats the worst food, but he's so thin. Is it corned beef? It was like,
Oh, like a luncheon meat? You mean?
yeah. So he gets corned beef. So first of all, we were in Plymouth yesterday. I was showing property in Plymouth, so we stopped off at East Bay Grill for
Okay.
a late lunch, early dinner.
Yeah.
So I had my usual Caesar salad, croutons on the side. No croutons.
Light dressing.
Dressing on the side. I just dipped my fork in the dressing.
So all
and
you had was
salmon.
lettuce. So that's
No, and salmon
lettuce.
and a hot and dirty martini.
Oh,
Okay,
delicious.
so Anthony got some giant. I think he got some type of beef dish.
You always have noodles. and-
Yes, it was a gigantic dish of meat and I don't know what else. So he
You can
woofs
follow
that
Tony
down.
on hashtag Tony
Tony
Eats.
eats, yeah, on my Instagram. He woofs that down, has a martini.
He's a high metabolism.
maybe
He
second a
has to.
martini.
It is
I don't know.
amazing what he puts down.
It is so unbelievable.
And then he has a dessert.
Well, then we left there, and then everybody was like, "Where are you? It's June night." Because I just figured, all right, we're not going to do June night on Tuesday night because we're in Plymouth. Nope, we had to go. So now there was more drinking, and I'm like, Bob, don't fill my glass. It's a whole thing. So then, after that, we got back to the house, and Anthony took the corned beef, and he
Late night snack.
he heated up the water. Who does this? Put the corned beef
From the deli?
Yeah. Who does that? You just eat it out of the. You throw it on the. Put it in the thing. Heated it up. Took a bun, cheese,
Jeez.
mustard, and the hot corned beef, and he ate that after all that food he ate at East Bay Grill.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Did you guys eat at Gourmet Garden?
I did not.
What do you usually get there?
I get the Stephanie special.
So do you get that every Tuesday night?
Well, no, but I make sure that other people do because I'm really trying to get on the main menu there, not just a special. So the Stephanie special, if anyone's wondering, is crispy brown rice on the bottom. You would hate it, Jeff. And then salmon or tuna
Oh, no.
and the spicy mayo and a jalapeno.
Oh,
The delicious thing is the
Everything except
crispy
the
rice.
fish.
Plus, you get your hot and dirty, so I bet you that's
Oh,
nice.
it is just
Throw
so
some chicken or beef in there.
good.
Do you go out for sushi, Jeff?
No, he doesn't
I
eat
don't like
fish.
sushi.
Right. What am I saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dawn likes it though. Dawn likes seafood. So
Well,
go
you
out.
should bring
She
her
always
to
gets
Gourmet
seafood.
Garden.
Where is it?
They have really delicious
It's at
sushi.
Cobb. It makes me feel weird to say Cobb Corner.
Oh,
'cause-
Cobb's Corner in Canton.
Well, there's no S.
Oh, it's Cobb Corner. Really? Seriously?
Swear to God,
I just
Oh.
drove through there and I always think
it's Cobb's Corner. It's been
there
there
is
forever.
no S.
Wow.
Should
So
we
it's-
petition the town administrator of Canton and ask him for an S?
But that is where you should head.
Okay.
Yeah, it is
What's your go-to
delicious.
for restaurant?
We don't go out that often, to be perfectly honest.
You enjoy.
We have to get a babysitter, so
you
it's
enjoy
kind
a
of
restaurant. Well, you don't really need a babysitter anymore, Meredith.
We're just transitioning out of that.
yeah.
we
But
still
you
feel
in Mansfield. You go. You like the pub there, Jimmy's Pub.
Yes, I definitely
Yeah.
like that. We haven't been there in a while.
Oh.
Yeah, so locals, my favorite is McGuire's. When we go out,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know, we
that's good.
do a little lunch there for sure. They're so busy at night, though.
It's
They
always
had
so
like a
busy.
2-hour
It's
wait
hard.
recently.
And
You
that
can call
tiny little
ahead.
bar in Mansfield?
That's in Easton.
Meredith, I
nice.
think you can call
It's
ahead.
right down the street from my house.
I think you can call ahead.
Well, their food is just off the cuff.
Amazing.
It's so good, always consistent. I love Fresh Catch because I do love seafood.
Yeah.
Fresh Catch is my go-to for seafood.
Wait, what
Gourmet
about La
Garden is where I
Familia?
go. Yeah, I order. Oh,
Have you guys been to
They
La
have great
Familia?
food, too.
Five Corners, the red sauce.
Yeah,
Mm. The vodka sauce. Mm.
I get for my family all the time. Actually, they have a.
The
It comes in
family.
the family
Yeah.
style is so good. They have a Italian trio. Stephanie's the one who told me about it. It's eggplant parm, chicken parm, and meatballs on a bed of angel hair. And that's delicious. It feeds
Delicious.
a lot of people.
And that's from La Familia?
Yeah, they're in
Wow.
Easton.
So there's one in
Taunton, yes.
Yeah.
right
Oh,
on
right.
the board.
I love
Been there.
Amelia's too. It's just a bit of a drive for us, but that's great.
I-
They have a great outdoor seating
On
setup.
Wednesday nights, you have to go in the
Is
summer.
that the place across the
Outside.
street from
It used to be
McGuire's?
XO. No,
Oh, wait.
Amelia's is in Stoughton.
North
Oh,
part of
okay.
Stoughton.
What's
like
the place
on
across the
Canton line.
street from McGuire's? We were just talking about it.
Yeah,
It used
La
to,
Familia.
The same
used to
owner
be
owns
Loco.
that.
No,
Not
they
anymore.
sold it.
They sold it now.
Yep.
Okay, that's been a couple of different things.
Yeah, but it is absolutely
Okay.
delicious.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
But Amelia's. So why Wednesday nights?
Outside Wednesday nights,
Oh,
they have
their
music.
patio is off.
It is a one-man band, and he's like, tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. And he like winks, and he has a blonde perm. He looks like Spencer, whatever his name was on General Hospital, and I die because he does the wink, and he's got the sax, and he comes over and he plays to you, and they have the fire, and they have different couches set up outside, and the drinks are just
yeah. I'm gonna do
phenomenal.
it this year.
So Wednesdays, the summer, Amelia's, that is where I will be.
Cool.
You guys need to go.
I'd like to have a driver. Can
Yeah.
I get Darren to drive me?
Yes, Darren will drive you.
That's
We have a
that's my
driver.
goal.
Yeah.
I mean, for our goal list, when people have their lofty goals, I'd
Yeah.
like to just have a driver.
I love a driver. Like when I had to go to Plymouth yesterday, I'm like, Anthony, will you drive me?
Yeah. It takes away so much stress.
He's like, sure.
Yeah.
Stress. It was the most stressful drive. He's trying to work and talk, and he's got phone calls, and my phone's ringing, and I can't talk because he's talking. It was very stressful. Honestly, never again.
Well, guys, we're just at about our time limit. We got 2 minutes.
Did you guys have fun on the podcast?
It was fantastic.
I loved it.
Are you guys
I loved
addicted
it.
now? Everyone is.
Is your nerviousness over?
Yeah.
Do you
I
just
think
feel like
I think
talking?
it dropped right away.
Yeah. No, you guys were
I
fine.
haven't turned red in a little while, so that's good.
Right. I feel
Instead
like
of
I'm
wait
starting
early.
to get red. I'm a little hot.
Well, if you like to talk, I mean, like a salesperson, it's not too tough.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, we could have talked more about real estate, but we don't want to. We
Nah.
talk real estate all day. This
all we
is
do.
we like to do something different when we come in the studio. We like to talk about anything but.
Well, because we live and breathe it, right?
Yeah.
Well, folks, I'm Meredith
Excellent.
Keach.
Stephanie Weinstein.
I'm Bruce Bradford.
Jeff Wagner.
Thanks for listening, watching
And don't forget to subscribe
at We Love the Show on YouTube.
Yes, on YouTube.
We're on Insta too, but we're still working on that.
Yeah,
and we're on
it's-
Facebook. But
We're busy.
YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. We need you to do that so we can
We're really trying
promote
to get
it.
famous.
We want to be rich and
Already-
famous.
Already did it. My wife already subscribed. I
Thank you
believe.
very much.
Thank you.
Jeff, have you?
I know
went
she's
on-
watching.
went on
Jeff,
last
that
night.
is
I know she-
disgusting
No, I went on
and
last night. So I
disrespectful.
think I liked it, but I have to subscribe.
You have to
Jeff!
So you
I'll
have
do
a,
it.
if you have a YouTube account, then you can subscribe.
Oh, okay.
So just sign
You
up.
better do that today.
I will.
All right, we have to hang up now.
Okay.
Okay, bye everyone.
Peace out.
Bye,
Thanks.
everybody.
Okay, bye.